Today I want to shout out a very special young leader in Canada.
A person of future history.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And she's the first young person we've shouted out in the podcast, so you know she's pretty special.
Okay, I'm really curious. Who is this person?
Okay. Her name is Peltier. She's a young Anishinaabe Kwe, and I first heard about her a few years back. It was in 2016. And there was this clip that was everywhere. It was on the radio, it was on TV, it was on social media. And so it's a clip of a young Indigenous girl, Autumn, and she looks to be around 12 or maybe 13. And she stands on stage at the winter meeting of the Assembly of First Nations, a gathering of a number of elected chiefs in Canada and Prime Minister Trudeau.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. There's, the meeting looks like, your run-of-the-mill political gathering with speeches and handshaking, and sort of all of that changed when Autumn took the stage. She was called upon to gift Prime Minister Trudeau with a small copper pot and a water bundle. And so as she presented it to him, she broke down crying. She actually had this whole speech prepared to read, but when it came time for her to speak and be on stage, there just wasn't enough time for her to deliver it. So she only had a few brief moments to get her message across. She said,
"I'm very unhappy with the choices you've made.
Through her tears, she went on to say,
The pipelines."
Prime Minister Trudeau responded with, "I will protect the water."
It's incredibly emotional to watch the clip, and we will link to it on our website if you'd like to watch it.
With the few brief moments that Autumn was given, she really made an impact. I've watched that clip over and over, and it just pulls at my heart. I feel proud of Autumn, this young woman who I have never met, but I also felt sad that she has to fight this fight, the fight for water.
Yeah, I mean, when I was her age, the one thing that I was fighting for was a trampoline.
Right.
That was my sole focus.
Yes.
I never got it. I'm over it, but kudos to her.
Yeah, most kids don't have to.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it really sucks that kids in this country have to fight for water. And from the very young age, from the age of 8, Autumn, who's from Manitoulin Island, she started to think about water awareness and protection.
So how did that happen? How did one so young become really interested in this cause?
Well, she was greatly influenced and inspired by her mother and her Aunt Josephine Mandeman. And Josephine, in her own right, should be in the Canadian history books, really. She's an elder, and she walked the shores of all 5 of the Great Lakes in order to raise awareness about Indigenous water rights and about conservation. It's estimated that Josephine walked over 17,000 kilometers to draw attention to water rights. Sadly, Josephine passed away in February of 2019, but through Autumn, much of her work continues.
That's sad, but beautiful, and a really amazing legacy that she's carrying on.
For sure. In 2018, Autumn addressed the General Assembly of the United Nations. She told them that it was time to warrior up and to start to pay attention to this precious resource. She went on to say,
"One day I will be an ancestor, and I want my great-great-grandchildren to know I tried hard to fight so that they can have clean drinking water."
Autumn was nominated for an International Children's Peace Prize, also sometimes called the Nobel Prize for Children.
She has and continues to speak and attend a number of events across the globe. She even represented Canada at the Children's Climate Conference in Sweden. Recently, she was named Chief Water Commissioner by the Anishinaabe Nation.
And she's been named one of the top 10 women who are making the world a better place by Indian Country today.
Autumn has been called a water warrior and has said that she wants to become the Minister of Environment, or maybe even have the top job in the country, Prime Minister.
I would vote for her.
Please do that,
Yeah,
Autumn. Immediately, I will vote for you.
We will be on your campaign team.
I will.
I would.
Volunteer, whatever you need me. I'll get the coffee. Anyway, shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to Autumn.